Hi, welcome back to the Kilted Balls podcast, episode 16.
16.
One customer.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a dragon chair here.
16. Nice to see everybody. Thank you for joining us. Lots of stuff to talk about. Don't know if we'll talk about half of it or any of it. Kilted Dragon is supposed to get me amped up while we're talking. So you guys haven't seen a lot of passion from Ballbuster, but I tend to get really passionate about stuff and excited. And his goal this episode is to get me on a rant. So if all of a sudden you don't hear Kilted very much, you just hear me going, that's because he achieved his purpose and I went on a rant. So, hey, we told you on Twitter and Discord to tune in and ask questions and stuff. And part of that is because our goal is to get me pumped and hopefully you'll get to see that. So
that'd be awesome.
We'll find out.
Yeah. The great thing about today is we spent an hour on Marco Polo all with us, Ballbuster and I, and then our friend Jason, and Brian was, or I'm sorry, Ball was definitely fired up today. So it was so funny, and he did make a comment like why isn't this not a podcast? Although I didn't start it today, you started the whole train of thought today.
I was getting amped up, and sometimes I get amped up. So
you had some awesome news though. You had some super exciting news.
I did.
You did. That's what started the whole thing. You shared your news about doubling down a little bit. I guess you could say doubling down. Yes.
Yeah. So the big news, and we were trying to tell this to one of our buddies that we Marco with about all of this stuff, and I told him, I'm like, you're not going to get this, but this is kind of exciting. And then he responded, which, by the way, when you listen to this, Jason, when I say you're not going to understand it and you respond without any understanding, that's what I'm talking about, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Right. So what I
you're
said,
listening.
I did. If you're listening to this instead of watching, I gave you a high five on the screen. So, sorry about that. So what happened is my wife and I have been, she doesn't want to hear all of the cryptocurrency and NFT talk, right? Like she patronizes me and lends half an ear to kind of listen, but it's not her jam, right? Like that's not her gig. Mm-hmm. So, oh my gosh, we bought a Lucky Mannequin today. Blah, 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 blah. She's like, could you just stop talking? Like she's on her phone, like on Instagram or Face. I don't know, right? But she doesn't want to be hearing me. But anyway, last week or so when we bought the Tysons, I was like, hey, look at this Tyson. I just bought one. Jared just bought one. I think he's going to buy another one. And she's like, that's going to sell like crazy. She goes, how much did you buy it for? And I'm like, what did we buy it for? Like 1.2 ETH or something?
Yeah. Because we're each going to put in 0.6. So the floor was 1.2 at the time.
So we bought it for like 1.2. And she's like, now remember, she's been listening to me, but she's not like really listening to me. But she's like, oh, she goes, those are going to skyrocket. And I'm like, what do you mean they're going to skyrocket? And she goes, well, first off, your space, NFT space, doesn't have a lot of boxers in it. She goes, I'm stereotyping. She goes, but boxers are boxing, they're not buying NFTs. And she goes, and boxing fans, they mix it up, but your space is too new. And I'm like, okay. She goes, Mike Tyson's like the OG, right? She goes, he's one of the biggest names ever to be in boxing. Everybody knows him. She goes, that artwork is amazing. And like for the one I got was one of the 250s. And she was like, those 250s are going to go like hotcakes. She goes, this is going to skyrocket. She goes, so, and I'm like, oh, okay, then. Okay. So we got somebody who doesn't really know anything about NFTs. And she's like, that's one of the ones. That's something you should get. Mm-hmm. Right. Like she knew. And so I'm like, oh, cool. And then like the other day, we're like talking about Ethereum jumping and doing this and that. And, I'm talking about like, hey, we've, done 10% of our money, or we've doubled our money, or all of these different things. And she's like, aren't you starting to feel weird that you're not putting more money into that? And I'm like, what? She goes, well, don't you think like you probably should? And I go, I don't know, maybe. And then like 2 days later, she's like, so have you thought about like starting to put some real money into that. Like maybe it's time that you started doing that. And so the big point here that you guys should know, and I told her this today, and she's like, that is not true. And my daughter is sitting there going, oh, it's true. Is
Yeah.
she's never wrong.
Yeah.
Like she says she's wrong. She's wrong about some stuff. Like she's wrong about like when I have to go to bed. Like she's wrong about that. Right. But when she is dealing with financial stuff, if she's ever wrong at all, it's always because she's too conservative, not because she is wrong about the call, right?
Yeah.
Like because she's like, ooh, maybe you shouldn't put $10,000 into AMC. Maybe you should only put $1,000 into AMC. Why is it? Do you think it's going to go up? Yeah, I think it's going to go up. So you should probably put 1,000 in. Well, why wouldn't I put 10,000 in? No, maybe like 1,000, right? She's conservative.
That was early. That was last year, right?
That was last year, right? And she doesn't know stocks. So the thing is she's just magic, right? She's just magic. She just knows.
She's wonderful.
We're trying to get her to interview. Sometimes she's been like, I'm not going to be interviewed by you guys. I'm like, dude, your journey is amazing. You've done so many cool things. We have to interview you for this podcast. And she's like, no. So we're still pushing her. But anyway, it's kind of big news. This is not financial advice. But if Amy says it's time to start putting money in, it's probably time to start putting some money in. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to be putting money in. So that was kind of an exciting moment. Pretty awesome.
Today. Yeah.
Yeah. And you actually did put money in. So you've been making some moves. I'm going to share your wallet.
Well, thank you.
People, this is Kilted's wallet, so you can see some of the fun stuff in it. But
so
look at this guy.
I sold today. I actually sold something. Yep.
What did you sell?
I sold my curio card. I do think the curio cards are super cool. I think long term they're gonna be super awesome, and especially being arguably like the first NFT. But I just had a feeling today. I saw that some other people were selling, and it went. I forget. I think I bought it for 0.34, something like that, and basically I sold it for 2.38. So I gained 2 ETH on the sale. And it's actually dropped down since I sold it. And the curio cards have been like when I bought it at 0.34, and they were going up, and I think it went up to 1.5. But like in my mind, I was keeping long term. And then I was writing all my NFTs in my journal, I think 2 weeks ago, not even 2 weeks ago, and it was 0.25. So and it had gone way up, and it came way down. So today, when I saw that it was just under 2.5, I'm like, well, yeah, my cash out. So I have some ETH to play with, and I don't take financial advice from Gary, but I did. He did post that he was buying some of these koalas, and anyone who's listening, the koala that I got has like black shades on, earring, shiny gold teeth or shiny blue teeth, but also has the orangey yellow hat, which
key.
That's why I got it. The floor was 0.5, but this one was 0.7. I was fine with that. So yeah, I'm writing down any orangey yellow hats that I see.
When did it drop? So if the floor is already 0.5, 0.7, when did these suckers drop?
I'm not sure. It wasn't something that was on my radar, which happens. There's so many that are coming out. I did see, right. I want to say I saw a few people talking about them on Twitter today, and then on Discord when Gary popped up said that he was buying some. Then he went high end on his. But.
I'm looking at the floor. So this isn't true about a lot of projects, but the floor is bad. Like yours looks good. I like yours is legit.
Some of these aren't fun, are they?
No, these are awful. Right? Like so I remember
the one in the dress with the red hat.
Yes, I've looked at these before. So I have looked at these because I thought it was funny that it was like an intelligence agency, right? Like that made me giggle.
Yeah, the Koala Intelligence Agency.
But these So yeah, people, if you're not on the video, and Koala Intelligence Agency, I don't mean any disrespect, because like the one Kilted bought, that's fire. It's good. I kind of like these ones right here. They're good, right? I'd buy those, right? But you got some that
Oh,
are
look
just
at that one with
bad.
the horns. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm like
see, I
torn
needed
on
a.
that one. Like I kind of like that one.
I should have bought a pink one with it. I bet you there's a pink one in there with the orange hat that matches my ape. I
And
dropped the
some
ball
people
on that one.
probably really like these. Like, right, like I'm like looking at some of them going, oh my gosh, that's like the dumbest thing. But somebody
Mhm.
probably is looking at this super floor one here and being like, no way, that's my jam. And I'm like,
Mhm. That's nice to
you're
see. The floor is 0.88. So yeah.
yeah, it's by the way, speaking of the floor being 0.88, what the heck is going on with OpenSea?
I don't know. I think it's just too much action on it. I can't keep up.
The
Like,
OpenSea says the floor is 0.54 and the lowest one on here is 0.88. And I noticed that the other day. So one of the
mhm.
things we do is we keep track. Like I don't mean to do it every day, but I'm kind of obsessed. Like all of the floor prices for all the NFTs I have, right? Like I record those down and I just see where I'm at like each day. And it's,
What, you
I
don't have
change
all
it.
your tabs opened up to check each one nice and easy? I saw someone on Twitter today said they have like 100 tabs open for each of the floors on the OpenSea, so they can
All
just
right.
click through the open tabs.
So people, when he says stuff like this is going to be fast. So if you're watching, be quick. So I'm alt tabbing right now and I have open Windows open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that are web page windows, not counting other
Nice.
programs I have running. Here's one of them. So this is the one with our Twitter right now. So I don't know if you
Hmm.
can see those tabs up top.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So um, I have a lot of tabs open. They're just not all of my stuff. But yeah, so you got some koalas. What else did you get?
The
How those
the
koalas are moving. What did you spend on them?
the floor was 0.5 when I got mine. I spent 0.7.
So you spent 0.7 and the floor right now is 0.88 and there's like five.
It was
So I want to jump on something going up. Apparently the Koala Intelligence Agency is going up. Who
well,
knew?
we'll see how high it goes. That's pretty exciting though.
And then what else? Oh, you got some bats. You
Yeah,
want
I
to tell
got
us about the
3.
bats?
Yeah, I got the well, I just happened to stumble across the bats on the NFT catcher. I
Yeah.
just saw it, what, echolocation something. I can't think of the name, but you have it right there in front of you. But I didn't realize they drop right away. Like I'd see what they are.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I
Right
was pretty
here it
excited
is.
about that.
The
Oh, Ultra.
Ultrasound Bat Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ultrasound
Oh,
Bat
it's a
Club.
McDonald's hat.
It's a golden McDonald's hat, rainbow body, leopard
Nice.
chest, and
Coca-Cola, if you're watching this, that's what I'm drinking, Coca-Cola.
mm-hmm.
That should count as a sponsorship, Coke, maybe.
Exactly. I think they'll send you a check. Maybe they'll send you there's Coke NFTs. I didn't look into them. Yeah, I thought they were like the drawing was fun. So I was hoping to get something cool. I ended up getting 3 of them because those were 0.04 when they dropped, and it dropped after I had sold my curio card. So I had an extra 2 ETH burning a hole in my pocket. But
Well, and
you
I've
know,
heard that they've minted about 800 or 1,000. Yeah, 823.
okay.
So they're moving, like they're getting minted. So if you want to go buy one, oh my word. So if somebody could explain this to me, I would really appreciate it. I have not figured this out yet. So those of you who are listening to this, or if you're in the Twitterverse and you're seeing us do this stuff, here is my question. I know I'm sharing my screen and alt tab it all over, right? So I said that. So
Mhm.
these are being minted right now. It literally says at the top of the screen, mint now, price 0.04 ETH.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy this one for 0.02.
Yeah, if you just really like that one.
No, but what I'm saying is it's half price of the mint. And there's
Mm-hmm.
3 of them here, half price of the mint.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't be because of the rarity, is it? Oh, well, I guess if it's an instant reveal, maybe it has the rarity.
Yeah, but they're still being revealed. So those numbers, I mean, right now, I guess for what's out, yeah, I don't understand. Why would someone pay the 0.04 and
And
then
then turn around and be like, here you go.
mhm.
Well, anyway, so if you're looking to get into a quick NFT, that one is not expensive. I also don't know if it's going to do anything. That guy also
I
bought a
was
koala agent, by the wager.
yep, 0.09.
What else does this guy have? So this is the fun thing about OpenSea and wallets. You can see what people have. What is this guy doing? I don't
Looks like he's
understand.
just trying to get it. It must be, you know what? The only thing I can think of, and I can't remember if we've talked about this on the episode or not. It's
Mhm.
got to be like ripping open sports cards. They're looking for that rare,
Oh,
and if
and
they
then they just
have
get
it,
rid of it.
it pays for everything. If not, you're just dumping it, like just trying to recoup some money. But I mean, they're still, each of those. If they sell each of those, what he had three, or it's just the one.
I'm just saying I'll scroll up.
But so he's selling one, he's losing $60 on it.
He has one there,
Okay, just one. There were three
two
at that
there.
price. Okay.
Then this one, he bought it for 0.0. Oh no, those are those are the plus.
Yeah.
My bad, my bad. I got confused. He has two claws. Where's the bat?
Oh, okay.
The bat's gone.
Oh, someone must have bought it. See,
Well,
someone's listening.
as they
Good job.
should, right? As they should buy it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna go back to the floor and see. But yeah, so
But
there
yeah.
is that.
So giving up $60, like just to, I guess you're taking that chance. I've never gotten anything super rare, so where it was like I'm flipping it for like crazy money right away.
Well, and you do bring up a point, right? Like we used to buy Magic cards, so Magic the Gathering, and like you didn't care about the lands, right? You'd open like
Yeah.
30 packs and the lands, if somebody gave you 10 cents a land,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you bought the box for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
So somebody would be like, wait, you just paid hundreds of dollars and you're just like giving those away. Yeah, because I don't care about that. I'm looking for a Lotus.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care
You're
about
not
all
even
the
barely
rest.
paying attention to your commons. Maybe your
Mm-mm.
uncommons. You're looking at the rares and
Right. Well,
do a land.
we were at a game con. When was it? 2 or 3 years ago, and we're going through like all of these cards, and we're just like, nope, 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 nope.
Yeah.
Like we didn't care about those. Oh, it was the tokens. It was the dungeon.
Oh yeah. When we play
Right?
True Dungeon.
When we play
Mhm.
True Dungeon and we get all these coins, and we're like, yep, we don't care about any of these. We're looking for purple. Flip, 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 flip.
Mhm.
Where's purple? Where's blue? And
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
all these tokens, and we didn't care about it. Speaking of, like, is True Dungeon coming back?
They've been doing virtual stuff. I didn't try any of the virtual. I love it so much that I didn't want to like have a partial. The reviews are good, but I don't know. I didn't do any virtual.
Yeah, and I think it's hard. It's hard.
Mm-hmm. It
I
was
just
they skipped out on. They were gonna skip, or they were gonna skip Gen Con and go to Origins,
mhm.
but who knows if either of those are gonna happen this year. As of
Well,
right now, they both are full masks the whole time inside. So
so why aren't they an NFT?
they just haven't done it yet.
That's
But
about as classic
you forget
NFT as it can be.
we're super early into the space. We're super early into the space. Like you might not realize it. I don't know if you hang around like normal people, but like most normal people have no idea what's going on.
If you're wondering why we are laughing, this was my rant today. This was my rant, right? Because our buddy Jason was like, he was getting what's the words FOMO,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he's like, listen, I'm getting worried. I'm starting to cash out some of these. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a big crash, and it's going and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, like we are so early. Like I'm not as early as you guys, right? But
Mm-hmm.
like ferocious
Ferocious.
started in March.
Mm-hmm.
He is not even 1 year old in the NFT space. Gary is like, oh yeah, I'm big in this. I've been doing this for so long. Gary hasn't been pushing through NFTs all of this time. He's
Mhm.
really kicked it into gear now,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah. He said in an interview, I think I want to say it was the beginning of this year where it really sparked his interest, like January time.
yeah,
That's when he started putting together VFriends.
we're so new. It's stupid new. It's stupid
Mhm.
new. Here's the thing. What you've got right now, and like the stuff you just saw, right? Kilted bought a panda and a bat. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's just be kind of real for a moment, my friends, and sorry to make any listeners mad. There's like zero artistic, like anything with those. Like, do they kind of look cool? They look cool to Kilted, right?
Yeah,
But
I like the bats.
right, but to a huge portion of the public, they're like, you know, whatever. It's a nice picture. It is a picture that if you saw on a postcard at an event, you might spend a quarter on.
You think you would?
I
Just
think
as I
people
was
would.
at this event.
I think people would give me the postcard and I would throw it out. Right? Like
Yeah.
it's only worth something right now because people think it's going to appreciate its worth, and they think it's going to, but its actual worth is zilch. So here's the thing. 90% of the NFT space is that stuff right now. It's all actually not worth anything. That's not FOMO. That's just being the reality. Because going along with that
You
same
mean
thing,
FUD? FUD is
but
when you
FOMO is when you're all excited. I'm all excited.
fear of missing out.
Yes.
FUD, yes.
You guys are
Fear,
all
uncertainty, and doubt.
Fear, uncertainty, doubt. Yes. So that's not being FUD, right? I'm actually the opposite. Because here's the thing. NFTs and Ethereum have so much potential and are going to be huge. You can timestamp this right now, 8:25, 8:25 p.m., right? They're going to be huge, right?
August 25th.
Huge. Yeah, August 25, 8:25. It's going to be crazy, right? So these are flyers for events when you walk down the street on Hollywood Boulevard, right? These are demo CDs people are handing out like crazy. We're just paying for them right now because they're brand new, and we think maybe we'll do a profit here and flip them. But the reality is it's so much bigger. Gary Vee is doing a restaurant that you have to have an NFT to get into the restaurant. He's doing the VCon, where that's it. Mark Cuban has talked about that NFTs are going to be his tickets for his NBA team, right? Like people would have to buy an NFT and that's their ticket stub, right? So now people are priced out. The price is going to go way, way down because it's going to be a commonplace thing. Coca-Cola is going to turn this into an advertisement where they're going to give away, timestamp it, Coca-Cola can NFTs to everybody who wants one.
Yeah.
Because they're going to figure out how to make gas cheap. Everybody's going to get one. It's pure advertisement for Coca-Cola.
Minted
right?
on the Cardano.
right? Okay, so that starts to bring it big, and you're like, oh yeah, you're right. People are going to start advertising ball. You're right. That's going to get bigger. No, that's one step above this, because then people are going to say, wait, I can use this for so many things. That's where the artists are, right? Like there's artists who are like, hey, here's my art. I couldn't reach an audience when I was peddling this on the street of New York. I'm going to put it on an NFT. All of a sudden it's worldwide. Everybody in the world sees it and the price goes through the roof, right?
Yeah.
And then it's going to get into smart contracts. Then it's going to start.
You talked about this earlier, and I that's one thing I'd forgotten about. There is a company who already does titles for homes.
Who does?
They already do it. I can't think of their name. I've heard them interviewed a couple times on I even forget what show because I listen to so many shows. I've heard them interviewed a couple times, maybe on Decrypt Daily or Crypto News Alerts.
This is going to revolutionize the world, right? It's going to revolutionize it, and people don't realize that. And so when you're talking about NFTs and you're looking at these avatars and you're like, oh yeah, these are cool, and people don't understand it. They don't understand it because we're that new. But think about this. Right now, you have to get a title company when you sell a house. And what is that title company's job?
Make sure the title's clear.
They have to make sure the title's clear, that nobody else has a right to your house. They need to know everybody who has a right to your house. And we have to hire a company that specializes in proving that.
Yep.
Really? Because I can go onto my smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain and show you everybody who has an interest in my NFT.
Yep.
There's going to be no need for a title. It's going to change that. It's going to change mortgage lender. They're not going to say, oh, we need to go to this. They're going to say, hey, we need your NFT. It's going to flip that. When we want to start a business, we talked about this in a few episodes ago. Like, I don't need a Kickstarter. I don't need to go public. I can say, hey, I'm not going to send Facebook public. Instead, Facebook's going to release 1 million NFTs, and we're going to pay you 1% a year for every one of those NFTs. Oh, you don't think people are going to jump on that?
That's how it came up with the Manikeys. And also, I think, I can't remember if I said it on the podcast or not, but GameStop, I bet you there's going to be the first company to put their stock as an NFT.
Who will be? GameStop?
GameStop.
I don't think so. I think Dream State Sheets is going to be the first company to do it.
Well, that's different. I guess that could still be considered, but I'm not publicly traded.
That would make you public.
Okay, you're right. So GameStop will be second.
GameStop will be second.
Dream State needs to go first, huh?
GameStop is going to have trouble because in order for them to do NFTs as a stock, they've got to convert all of their stocks that all of those people own to NFTs. Which means all those people have to agree to turn their stock into an NFT.
Why wouldn't they?
Whereas
I have a small percentage.
Because a mutual fund owns a whole bunch of that, and a mutual fund isn't going to be like, yeah, I'll turn that into an NFT. You would, but remember, lots of places are mutual funds, not people, right?
Yeah,
or it's a bank who owns it, right? And that's going to make it hard. As say, it's only one guy.
Because I guess people are talking about them doing their dividends as NFTs, but that they would be switching their stocks. But I guess you're right, because I guess I don't know exactly how that works, but that would make sense that everyone would have to agree to it.
Right, and they'd have to cancel their play on the stock market. Well, and even if it wasn't all of them, it'd have to be a huge number.
Eventually, the stock market's going to be NFTs as well. I mean, that might be more of like a 10, 15, 20 years down the road, but the stock market's going to be NFTs.
Okay, so what's going to happen to Ethereum? What's going to happen to Polygon? What's going to happen to these? What's going to happen to the NFT market when that happens? Because here's the thing. If one of our friends is listening to this, let's pick one who's not in the game, right? So let's pick my sister. My sister's probably going to watch this sometime, maybe never, but we're going to assume she is. So she's in this and she sees this. She's like, holy crap, they're right. This is going to bloom. She knows about NFTs. She knows about them really well, right? She just isn't into the space. But she hears this. She's like, crap, maybe I should get into this. Is she going to start with a Bored Ape? No, she's not. She's going to jump on there and say, well, what's a cool one that I can get in for, I don't know, under $1,000. And she's going to buy that. That just caused the floor to go up.
Yeah.
And then we're going to look at that and be like, oh, the floor just went up. I'm going to cash out. I'm going to cash out my lucky Manikeys. Sorry, luckies. And so I cash out my lucky Manikeys because the floor just went up as she did that.
Yeah.
Once I cash out my lucky Manikeys, I'm buying another Mike Tyson. And the person who sold me the Mike Tyson is right. Like it's going to snowball all the way up. And so all of a sudden,
that reminds me,
your ape are going to go through the roof because they're still the OG cool one, right? The CryptoPunks are still the OG cool one. So people are still going to use those as their goal. The rich are still going to be like, no, I don't want a lucky Manekey, right? Like they're going to be like, no, I want the ape, right?
Yeah, I'm debating on picking up another Tyson because I have.
I thought you were about to say an ape, and I was like, what?
I have 1.75 in my wallet right now, or 1.57. I guess that'll be later.
What are they at?
1.5.
They're going up. This is
I
not
know.
financial advice.
Oh crap! Actually, it's 1.58 for the floor right now. That's what I
Dang
get
it.
for jibber jabber and talking about it.
Shoot, that happens all the time. So yeah. So anyway, if you're sitting here listening right now and you're thinking, oh my gosh, these people are talking about this, but it's too late. It's not too late. It's seriously, we aren't even into the real. This isn't even the real NFT space.
Yeah.
Right. It's not even existed like hardcore for a year. So in the next 5 years, this is going to go insane. Not the avatars. So catch me on this, right? Like Yetis might do something, Yetis might not. Scoop Dog, you're out of the water, right? Like you're in serious trouble. You're never going to blossom, my friends. Do a new project, right?
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, I don't have enough to cover the gas. There's one for 1.57.
Dang
Oh
it.
man, I was trying to buy Mike Tyson live on the air.
Gonna fight Mike Tyson. That would have been so cool.
Awesome.
But yeah,
Gas
right.
is high
So
right now.
those things aren't going to go anywhere. And people are releasing these right now, these avatar-esque NFTs like wildfire.
Yeah.
And that
Well,
they're no good. You're only as good, honestly, as what's backing it up. So either a really good community,
that's
or
huge.
right, or you have a game, or you have something in Decentraland. Cripe, we're not even talking about Decentraland with NFTs, right? So you've got all of this stuff that's building, and if you're not there, right? Like I love Scoop Dogs, right? Like I thought you guys were great. I think we're awesome with what you're doing. No added value, right? Like why would, like the only reason they would buy that is because they thought it looked cool. And here's the thing, what's end of the day when everybody joins this market, right? So that's what's going to happen. I don't know how many people are in the NFT market right now. My guess is 100,000 people actively playing around, 200,000. Does anybody know?
I have no idea.
But I'll tell you what, once it takes off and people are selling tickets on there and people are doing these as advertisements, it's jumping to 100 million people easy overnight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you've got that many people, they're not going to look at this as no money. They're going to say, hey, would I buy that picture if I saw it on a street vendor's cart? And the answer for a lot of these is nah.
Visa bought a CryptoPunk the other day.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I said. We're not talking about the OGs. The OGs are the OGs. So the main ones are still going to be the main ones, right? But if you're somebody jumping out right now with one of these NFTs, the question you have to ask, the question every entrepreneur has to ask. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're doing sheets, whether you're doing licorice, whatever, what are you bringing to the table for people? That's always the number one question. What are you doing for the people, right? So the sheets, right? Like you get what he's bringing to the people. My licorice, I'm making people like crazy happy. Like if you come to my booth, you'll see everybody smiling. It's rare to see anybody pissed when they're eating candy, right? Go figure, yay Halloween. Right, doing all that. But if you do one of these other things, like the Scoop Dogs, and there's zilch attached, you didn't add any value to it, right? And then it falls apart, right? So
you're right.
I mean, that's
it's happened. It's happened for a couple others. Like I got a couple of the lucky cacti. It wasn't a huge audience. They looked kind of fun. Gina thought they looked cool. We're like, okay, let's get two. We'll each have one. We'll see what happens. So there was a drop similar to Scoop Dogs. They're going to do a redrop because they didn't sell enough of them. But mine hasn't been revealed for like 2 weeks, over 2 weeks. So they're getting ready to do another, like they gave away like a ghost cacti. You had to pay for mint, but I didn't do that.
Yeah.
but they're going to do another drop, and who knows what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm ever going to see this, or if it's just, not that they meant to do a rug pull, but I might
What
not
about
ever, I
devil
know I never
ladies?
see
What are
that.
devil ladies?
I haven't looked at them. They were free last I saw.
Right? Like, so there's another, like, because it didn't have anything. The lone exception to this, and again, throwing out the invite to I Am Bored
Mhm.
Becky, you want to come play with us, you want to chat, we would love to have you out here, giving us a talk.
Yeah, because you are part of that. You listen to that, right?
Yeah, I listened to their town hall. It was awesome. I messaged them and said, you guys just did a fantastic job. But like, they're a great example of that original project of Fame Lady Squad was really only riding on the community.
Hmm.
Like they were only riding on the community, and they were riding on the fact that they were females. Like that was
Hmm.
the shtick, right?
Hmm.
And that's a little value, but it's not a ton of value. And then when you found out that they were full of crap,
Yeah.
that they weren't ladies, it became an instant, like that was worth a zilch, and people were ticked. Now,
Mhm.
the crew, Data, I Am Bored Becky, and oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I don't remember the other like main person. They brought it back from the ashes, right? Like
Mhm.
they turned it back into value. They made it real, made it back about the ladies, and made the community even more powerful, and then started releasing all of these other things that they want to do.
Mhm.
And it's all community driven, and all of a sudden now weird, the value's going up. They added value. So
Yeah.
if you're not adding value to your project, right, you're sunk right away. Now the other
Mhm.
option is like Hammer Dragon right now is they're in a little bit of struggle, and they've got a ton of value,
Mhm.
like tremendous amount of value, because they're putting all of their money into their game development, which is going to be
Yeah.
fun, right? But you got to get that message out, and you got to get people into it. And so they're down, but it's just a matter of time. Like eventually, because they're adding value, it's going to go up. So
Yeah.
if you're searching for an avatar styled thing, look for the added value. If there's no added value, it's not going to work. And if you're somebody who's like, listen, I really want to do one of these, what are you bringing? What are you bringing to the space? And you
Yeah.
can't come to me and say, listen, I just think earthworms are so cute, and so I want cute earthworms. That's worth a nickel, right? What you
Or
want
if
is
it's
an
cute,
earthworm
if it's a
that
cute koala, it might be worth a little more.
koalas are a little better. Now, can you make your earthworm split? Right? Like you tear an earthworm in half and they both halves
Mhm.
still live. Okay, now we're doing stuff, right?
Mhm.
Can you buy pots of dirt for your earthworms? Okay, now we're doing stuff, right? Like kick it up a notch, add value. So
Yeah.
we have talked for way too long. Did you have more to say? Sorry, you started me ranting.
No, that's what my goal was. No, I can't even remember what time we started, but yeah, if we're running a little long, then thank you
I'm
everybody.
sure we
This was
are.
a great episode.
Yeah, because I think it was like 7:48 or something where I said, hey, people, like it was somewhere around 7:45 where I was like, hey, listen,
Okay.
you jump on
So yeah,
Discord and
it's
it's
probably
almost an hour.
40
So,
minutes. Well, no, we waited a little bit.
oh, we did wait a little bit. You're right. You're right. Well, anyway, people, stay tuned for more stuff. Sorry for us to drone on and to rant on you. A lot of stuff
Hmm.
covered. Hope you found something interesting. Feel free to pepper
Yeah.
us with questions or other thoughts, and hopefully we'll see you guys later.
All right. Take care. Love you.
See you guys.